Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Not only is the carbon tax not making life better for Albertans, it is also making it more expensive for them to stay healthy and active by heaping significant costs on facilities like rec centres, arenas and pools. These facilities are squeezed between reasonable recovery of the carbon tax and their commitment to the families they serve, themselves burdened by this punitive all-pain, no-gain tax. To the Minister of the Environment, why burden these volunteer-managed non-profit facilities which contribute so much to the health and vibrancy of communities across Alberta?
The Honourable Minister of Environment and Parks.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. And we have, of course, been investing in community-level infrastructure and in municipalities across the province with the largest capital investment in Alberta's history, Mr. Speaker, to build this province to pull us out of the recession. And part of that was investing in a number of our community facilities. In addition to that, a few weeks ago, the Minister of Municipal Affairs announced $54 million, Mr. Speaker, for investments in arenas and pools and curling rinks and other community infrastructure, among some other projects, Mr. Speaker, in order that folks can get in there and do those retrofits, put tradespeople to work, and grow the
Thank you, Honourable Member. First, supplemental.
Mr. Speaker, given many Albertans are enriched by attending places of worship for the faith community of their choice, and given that these faith communities compassionately give their time and money each and every day in support of struggling Albertans, and given the NDP's carbon tax cash grab and free light bulbs appear to be more important than meaningful frontline contributions to making life better for Albertans, again to the Minister, will you do the right thing in benefit of charities, non-profits, and all Albertans and scrap the carbon tax?
The Honourable Minister.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker, and let's talk about the faith community. Let's talk about the meeting I had with the Catholic Oblates on the subject of climate change and the Pope's encyclical. Let's talk about the faith roundtable I had just down the road from the Honourable Member's riding in Calgary. Let's talk about McKillop United Church in Lethbridge that has made those investments in retrofits into their own church. Mr. Speaker, faith community understands our responsibility to one another and to future generations.
Mr. Speaker, given that small businesses in Calgary-Fish Creek continually bring up the carbon tax as a hindrance to hiring new staff, expanding operations, or in some cases their ability to just break even, and given that even before the most recent hike, the Calgary Chamber found that 73% of businesses reported their costs will increase due to the carbon tax, again to the Minister, how can you say you are making life better for Albertans when you keep making it harder and harder for locally owned and operated small businesses to make a humble living or to even simply survive your job-killing policies?
The Honourable Minister of Infrastructure.
You know, Mr. Speaker, no matter how many times you repeat it, it doesn't make it a fact. If you want to talk about small business confidence in Alberta, and I'm assuming that's where you wanted to go with this, small business confidence, the BDC says small business confidence is up. 35% of small businesses are looking to hire more staff in this province. 73% say they will invest in their business in 2018. And that speaks to me of a confidence in small business in Alberta. You're welcome.